Hello everybody, this is Naomi. Today we are making pocket envelopes using 6x6 paper to make the envelopes with a pocket. And I got this from Natasha from Treasured Books. Okay, this is what they look like. Ain't that pretty? And here's your uh, envelope. And depending on how you put it in your book, you can put it in your book like this and glue the whole thing down, and you just have the pocket or the envelope. Or you can glue it down on the three sides, put it down, and you have a envelope here and a pocket here. But there's another catch to this. You can also take these and do a wraparound and put just a little bit of glue here, and it makes a tuck like this, plus your pocket here. And then you have the decorative little page over here. And this can be a tuck as well. So this one can actually be used for multiple things, just depending on how you want to use it. So, and one of the other things that I was going to show you is this book here. I'm making this book along the way of making all these pockets because I want to use tucks, belly bands, pockets, flips, flops, tags, flaps, flip, flaps, tags, cards for my journals. And I have a tendency to forget how to make something that I've made before. So I figured, okay, if I make a book and I put all of these in it, and you see them, and you write up here, you know, what you used to make it, then put one over here. See, I used vellum for this pocket. And you just put a pocket here, and then I left it open back here. And then it just says what it is. And I'm going to do all of my different ones like this. And as the book gets bigger, I'll just change out the rings. But that will be a reference book that I can go back and look at and say, well, how did I make that one? So I can go back and look in my reference book, and there it is. So there's an idea too. Okay, so let's get started. And you see some of these are decorated. And then there's a few. I mean, I just, like with this one, I just put some mushrooms on it. This one, I put a couple butterflies on it and inked the edges. This is the only one that I went full-fledged decoration on. But it stood out to me. So something said, do this, do that. So I did it. And this one, see, it has little birdies on the back. So I thought, okay, you see a bird here. So I thought, well, let's incorporate another bird here in front. Then you got your pocket. Same with this one. I just inked it up. This one here, I kind of left plain because I don't know where I'm going to go with it in a journal. So I thought, well, I'll leave it plain, and that gives me the options later to decorate. So there's that. And I'm using papers that I call them the ugly papers. You never fail. You get 6x6, 8x8, even 12x12s that you just don't know how to use them in something. So they become those ugly papers. Like, when am I going to use that on? When am I going to use that on? So that's what I'm using up is the the odd papers. So let's get started. We'll start with this one. And one thing I've learned, because see here where we pulled it out of the books, sometimes they don't all meet corner to corner. So you have to come back and trim up a little. And I just come back and trim up and call it done. Squared up. See that one's pretty square. Over here, not so much. So we take a pair of scissors and we just lightly square it back up. Okay, so, and I normally round my edges here. And we're going to pull this down to here. And then we're going to fold this over to there. Just like so. And then we'll fold this one over like so. Square it down. And then you just kind of come back. I always put a little bit of glue in these little flaps. You don't have to. I do to kind of seal them up so they're out of the way. You could actually use those as another little tuck space, but I don't because they're just too small. I mean, they'd work for little bitty tags, tucks, you know, that kind of stuff. Okay, so there's that one. My paper towel. So now we're going to do another quick little, we're going to get the glue. Okay, give it a minute. Let it set. But I hope everybody's having a good day today. I'm trying to keep ahead. I got my one video out a little later than what I wanted to. It came out this morning. So I'm working on this one today. So it'll be coming out on Wednesday. And staying ahead. I will probably be doing videos from here on out every day until I get back from Texas, because we're going to Texas at the end of the month, the 24th through April 1st. Going down to see my mom, and I'm so ready. I am, but I'm not, you know what I'm saying. I miss my mom and my dad. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So I'm trying to get everything ahead. That way, when I leave, I've got plenty of videos to keep going until I get home, and then rest up a little bit after I get home. And I'm not having to jump right back into everything. Okay, so there's that one. And my first thoughts is, what do I do with it? How do I bling it up and make it different? So, let's see. What do I got? What do I got? What do I got? I've always got lace. And I don't kind of like this one here. I can't remember where I got it at, but I like it. It's little, like little daisies. Oh, why aren't you gluing down this morning? Some of these want to be... I think it's because of the paper, because this is like cardstock paper. I didn't have any paper 6x6. Because I had to just use those if I had them, but these are... they're cardstock. So, I think what I'm going to do... I'm going to use a little bit of hot glue under this. That's what I'm going to do. Because I'm tired of messing with it, not wanting to lay down. Okay. So, and I'm going to come back with this here. I'm going to clip it right here. Alright, so there's that. And I'm going to come back over here. And I'm going to take it to here. And then that puts that out of the way. And we'll start it here. And go up to there. And just by doing that little bit, look how much it changes it. It just gives it that little and I'm going to leave it just like this because I don't want to over decorate it. And I want to be able to add more things to it once I find out what journal it's going to go in. So now we're going to use let's use the bird page out. Oops. Okay. And I'm going to be right up and honest. I lost some footage. So I'm having to come back and do the first part of my video because of that. So at the end, you will see some different, like this one, you will see this one made in the end, because of the video getting lost and me having to come back and redo the first half. And my husband had called, so I had to pause my camera, and whenever it uploaded back to start again, it didn't come back up. So, that didn't help. So, now I'm having to do it over. Okay. And I see a little birdie's head right here in the front. Okay, so do we want to do anything right off the bat with it? I think I am going to ink up this section right here just a little. Make it stand out just a little more. And I'm going to do this outer edge. Okay, so there we go. Rest of it looks okay. Covering up a white spot. See it right there? Okay, so okay. So see, you can actually use these little pockets like this. I mean, you could lay this down, leave this to where you could write on it or whatever, and then come back and put in like a hinge or whatever. And you could do it, put a tag there, put one there. Use that as, like I said, use that as journaling space. Or put you a card under, put something under here and put up. Show you. That's just a little bit big. So we could put a card in here and then fold that over. Then you have whatever you put here, a tag, an envelope, pocket, however you want to do it. And I think for once I'm going to leave this one alone and just, let's put some lace on it. Let's put some lace. Like this one. So we'll lay it over there out of the way. So now I'll tweak it right here. And then I'll start down here at the edging of the lace. Turn the bead up. And then I'll start my lace here at the corner and go up. And see how it makes a pretty point? And I come over here and here, and then here, and come back over here and trim it here. And see, you could put Velcro dot here and hold that down. That way this can be used as a hidden pocket underneath. It can be glued down, but this one I'm going to use differently. Okay, we got one more that we're going to make. Okay, there's that. But I'm sorry about the inconvenience. Since I have moved from room to room, I don't know why, but this camera wants to lose footage. So I don't know if I need to unplug it and start all over or what. But I don't use my cell phone. I use a webcam, so that may make the difference. I don't know, but I like the webcam better than I do the phone because I have a hard time getting the footage to come up from my phone to YouTube. So like I said, I use the webcam. Being cantankerous. Okay, there's that. Now let's get this one folded over the way it needs to be. This one's actually turned out pretty cool because it had, the different designs, and see, it's coming up pretty neat looking. Number 4. I glue this down. I'm just going to do the flap. Alright. So, now let's tuck this down. And then I'll come back. And put a little bit of glue in here. I'm trying to smear it that way it's not thick. Okay, and then there's that one. And then this folds down just like so. And see, I will probably put another one of these in my book and use it this way as well. But I will probably use this one since I didn't glue down the flaps. That way you have the pocket on the inside as well. So that just gives me a different way to use it. Okay, so that's what we've got for now. With these three, and like I said, you will see these three in the ending video. So I'm gonna blend them together and you'll get to see both halves. Okay, now that we've got that trimmed up, let's do the corners again. And then let's see, let's flip. Let's flip it over the other way. Let's flip this down. That way it kind of breaks up the reds. Okay, so there's that. Now this would be one I won't ink up because it's already dark enough. So I won't even bother to ink it up. Okay, so there's that. So we're going to put a little bit of glue in here. Glue that down. Paper towel. Get rid of some of this extra glue. Rufus, what are you doing? What are you doing? And I'm grand puppy setting. Daughter went to do some things with a friend this morning, and I'm babysitting the grand puppy. My husband just come home to get a drill, and now he's looking for my husband all over the place, and he's done left, so okay, so there's that. So now we're going to take and glue this down. I'll have to get pictures of all my babies and put them up so you can see them. Now see, this would be one of those that I would question. What would I do with this? I'm sure there's something. Like I said, we can always put a flower out here and kind of help cover that up. Put some leaves, kind of like we did yesterday with the other pockets. These here. You could do the same thing with it. Just take and put your flowers, your leaves here, put your flower here, and you still got your pocket here. And like I said, if you just want another pocket behind, you gotta have a second pocket. So it can either be one pocket or one envelope and a pocket, or just the envelope. Or like I told you a while ago, you could flip it down, make it a side tuck with a pocket. This one is alternate. I mean, it's one of those that you could do more with. So we're gonna, let's see, what do we want to do with this one? Do we want to do something with it? Let's see what we got. No, that's more purples. We got some red red peonies. Let's see what we got. No, that's way too big. I am. Not really. Hold on. And I kind of like that white in the center because it helps break up whatever. So, let me put this back down. Let me trim this up just a smidget. Get out of there! Okay. In my trash can, which there ain't nothing in it other than just paper, because I don't put trash in my trash can. I use it, and whenever I send it out the door, it goes straight into the recycle bin, because with it being just paper clippings, it might as well be used as recycling. Okay, there's that. And we will lightly ink this up just enough to take that white . Has everybody noticed how bad the geese are this year? They have been, here in Missouri, they have been just moving in massive, big flocks this year. Um, we went by a place the other day that it was just loaded. There had to be thousands of them out there in the field, and they were just covered. Okay. Let's see. I think I'm going to take one of these leaves like this. And I'm going to trim it up just a little bit. Matter of fact, I'm going to split this one right here. Just like so. Come back with this one. But yeah, they just, thousands of them. I mean, me and my daughter, we were headed to town, which it takes 30 minutes from where we live to get to town. And we stopped along the highway to take pictures. I mean, there wasn't cars coming or anything, but we stopped long enough to get some pictures because we had never seen that many in one place. I mean, we even have a refuge close by, and it's a animal refuge, and they have water there at the refuge, and even then I've never seen that many. I mean, I've seen the refuge park water just where you couldn't get another bird on the water, but there where we seen these at, they were just massive, and it was like, holy wow. So I'm gonna add this one. Add this one here. And I'm going to lay that one there. But yeah, I mean, it was pretty neat looking. I mean, it's something that you don't see all the time, and with the blues and the whites on the geese, because you got your blue geese, your white geese. We have even been seeing a lot of swans move this year, and they are huge. I mean, our little ponds and stuff around here are just loaded with the geese. Okay. So, that kind of changes that one up quite a bit. And now you got something that's real pretty that you could use in any journal. Okay, let's see. Let's do these last two and go from there. Okay, these two are not too bad. I like that pattern though, and I really would like to have it out. So let's fold these down this way. But yeah, you hear my birds. They think I'm talking to them, and they're just singing away. I have a male and female. They're little parakeets. I thought they were trying to lay eggs, and so I bought them a nest box, and I've put in there a bunch, in the bottom. I put them in the bottom that way they could put it into their nest box if they wanted it there. Bunch of twine and twigs and leaves and stuff like that. That way they have, the natural stuff that they would use. And they started putting it in their little nest box, but so far we've not got any eggs yet. I used to raise cockatiels years ago, and went through all of that. Then I got out of that, and my second husband, not the husband that I'm with now, my second husband, had a massive heart attack. Couldn't work anymore because his heart only worked so much of a percentage, and he got very irritated because he couldn't work. Felt like he wasn't supporting his family, and you know how that goes. So I got him a baby parrot. Well, I got it pretty reasonable. The mom to this parrot was just mean to it. It was her last baby. They had gotten rid of all the other ones, and she had literally bit off a couple of the chick's toes. And we had to keep big twigs in the cage for him to stand on, because a little twig he couldn't wrap his feet around because didn't have the toes to wrap around. And he really wasn't big enough to be gotten rid of or sold, and we literally had to syringe feed it. I made oatmeal and fed him oatmeal until he was big enough to, start eating on his own. And we had him for years, and I mean years. Even after my husband passed, he was my husband's bird. The dumb little thing wouldn't let me feed it. And after about, I want to say about a week of going without any food. I mean, I tried Every time I'd stick my hand in there, he'd just bite the teetotal hell out of my hand. So, um, I, I mean, I didn't know what else to do. And I even had my dad come over and try to feed him. And he wouldn't even let my dad near the cage. So I told my mom, I said, well, he'll either straighten up once he ain't got no food and he's starting to get hungry. He'll either let me start maintaining them, or I don't know what we're gonna do. Take them to a vet and see what they can do. I mean, we tried, catching them with the cup towel to maintain them so I could get in the cage. And I mean, he'd almost kill himself just to get away from you, because he was my husband's bird. I mean, he started out mine because I fed him more than anything, and then my husband, I guess with him being sick, the bird knew it and took up with him. And then after that, it was Katie barred the door. You wasn't touching him. If my husband went and took a shower, he would literally follow him in and go get in the shower with him. And he'd walk around on the floor while my husband was taking a shower. Whenever he was done, my husband would put him up on the shower, wait till he was done, and it was comical. But yeah, we finally, after about a week of him going without any food and water, I guess he finally said, I'm either going to have to let this woman do what she's got to do, or I'm going to starve to death. And, I mean, even the first time, he still wasn't too crazy about it. I mean, he squawked and gave me grief, but I was at least able to get in the cage and feed him. I mean, it just scared me because I just knew we were going to lose him because he didn't trust me. I mean, he was a male's bird. And whenever I moved up here to Missouri to be with my husband that I'm with now, my husband could do anything he wanted to do with this bird. I mean, I taught him to lay in your hand and play dead. And he would just lay there, close his eyes, like he was dead. And that was after, my other husband had passed. And I move up here, and he's like, nope, I've got my man back. I don't want you. And after that, he literally would not have anything to do with me again. And it's funny how animals are. They pick their human. And it's very funny because I didn't, until you get involved with animals, and see, I've been around horses and cattle and all of that the biggest majority of my life. And that's being from the city. My aunt and uncle had horses and all that, and cattle, and you name it, they had it. We raised rabbits and like that in the city, and we had those big, I can't even remember the name of them. They're big old white rabbits. They got those bright red eyeballs. Yeah, we had those. Dad built a cage. It was funny how it was made, because you just took and picked that one end and slid it to the next green spot, and the rabbits just kind of hopped along inside the cage. And they stayed in it during the spring and summer months. Hey! See, they're getting loud. The more I talk, the more he gets that way. But, and then during the winter months, we had to put them in a regular cage and put heaters on them and stuff like that. Even in Texas, I mean, it got pretty cool. Not enough to just enough to let you know that it's nippy, in my opinion. But like I said, I hope everybody is enjoying what we're doing. If you have any suggestions or anything, please let me know. I will be doing an Easter thing here pretty quick. So it's not all going to be journal stuff, but it's going to be for a little while because I got to get my journal supplies caught back up. I've got several journals that I'm going to be doing here pretty soon. I've already got them printed up from being ordered. I mean, because I bought them. And I'll be doing those here pretty soon and showing those. And after I get done with that, I have a major, big steampunk journal I'm going to be doing. And it's going to be, I ordered the hardback. I ordered the book that it's going in. Because I want this thing to stand out hardcore from anything I've ever seen. And I've got some ideas, so it's going to be pretty neat once we get started. Alrighty, like I said, we didn't do a lot of decoration on these. We've done some. Let me show you what we've got. There's that one with some decoration. We did a little decoration with that one. Put that on there. Oops, said you come up. Oh, I didn't glue you down. Ha. Look at there. Slacking on the job. Alright. So it's down now. And then this one. Like I said, this one, it can be used in a manly journal due to the colors. I don't know. We'll just have to figure it out, and you'll get to see as we use them. So that's the good thing. Okay, so that's what we've got for today. If you like my video, hit the like and subscribe. Please help me extend my subscribers. Please hit subscribe if you're not a subscriber. And like I said, I would like to get to 500, maybe even 1,000 this year. So if you know some friends that might be interested in this, let them know. Send them my way so that, like I said, I can build my channel up. So thank you, and I hope everybody has a happy and blessed day.